I need you to stop for a moment and look at your cat. Really look at them. Are they sleeping more than usual? Hiding in corners they never used to go into? Maybe they've stopped greeting you at the door. Or they're not touching their favorite food. Your mind probably told you cats are just lazy, or independent, or moody. But what if I told you that cats are masters of silent suffering? What if your cat has been trying to tell you something for weeks, even months, and you've been misreading the signs completely? By the end of this video, you'll never look at your cat's behavior the same way again. Because the 3 signs I'm about to share are not just symptoms. They are quiet cries for help, and most owners miss them until it's too late. Let me tell you about something that happened to me 3 years ago. I had a beautiful gray tabby named Mochi. Mochi was the kind of cat who would wait at the window every evening when my car pulled into the driveway. She would meow at me the moment I opened the door, weaving between my legs, demanding attention. But over the course of a few months, she changed. She stopped coming to the window. She slept under the guest bed for hours. I told myself she was just getting older. I told myself cats need a lot of sleep anyway. I told myself everything except the truth. By the time I took her to the vet, she had a serious health condition that had been developing right under my nose. And the guilt I felt was overwhelming because all the signs were there. I just didn't know what to look for. That is exactly why I'm making this video today, so you don't make the same mistake I did. Now let me ask you a question. When you picture a sad animal, what do you see? Most people imagine a dog with its tail down, whimpering, maybe pacing around. We are so used to seeing sadness expressed openly by dogs that we forget cats speak a completely different emotional language. Cats do not cry tears of sadness like humans. They do not howl or whine the way dogs do. Instead, they disappear emotionally long before they disappear physically. This is the first silent sign you need to watch for, and it is the easiest one to overlook: withdrawal. I'm not talking about your cat napping in a sunbeam for a few hours. That's normal feline behavior. What I'm talking about is a pattern change. A cat that used to sleep on your pillow every single night and now refuses to enter the bedroom. A cat that used to run to the sound of a treat bag and now doesn't even lift its head. When a cat withdraws, they are not being stubborn or aloof. They are self-isolating. In the wild, a sick or depressed cat will hide to protect itself from predators. That instinct is still hardwired into your domesticated house cat. So, when your social, affectionate cat suddenly becomes a ghost in your own home, something is deeply wrong. But here's the part nobody talks about. This withdrawal can happen so slowly that you adjust to it without even realizing. One day you think, oh, she's just tired today. Then a week goes by. Then a month. And then you've accepted the new normal without ever questioning it. I want you to pause this video right now and think about one thing. What is one behavior your cat used to do that they don't do anymore? It could be something tiny, like no longer jumping onto the bathroom counter while you brush your teeth. That small absence might not be random. It might be a sign. Now let's move to the second silent sign, and this one breaks my heart because it is the most misunderstood cat behavior in existence. Excessive grooming or complete lack of grooming. Let me explain both, because they are opposite sides of the same painful coin. First, over-grooming. You might see your cat licking the same spot on their belly over and over and over again. You might notice a bald patch or thinning fur and assume it's allergies or fleas. And yes, sometimes it is medical. But often, repetitive licking is a self-soothing behavior. It's the cat version of a human biting their nails or pacing back and forth when they're anxious. Cats release endorphins when they groom. So a stressed or depressed cat might become obsessed with that small moment of relief, licking themselves raw, trying to feel okay. On the flip side, some depressed cats stop grooming altogether. This is even more alarming. Cats are obsessive about cleanliness by nature. A healthy cat spends up to 50% of their waking hours grooming themselves. So when you see a cat with a dull, greasy coat, mats in their fur, or even litter stuck to their paws for hours, that cat has given up on a fundamental part of being a cat. They have lost the will to take care of themselves. That is not laziness. That is a bright red flag waving in front of your face. And so many owners just think, oh, my cat is getting messy in their old age. No, your cat is telling you they are struggling mentally or physically, and they need your help. Now, I've been talking about subtle behaviors so far, things you might notice if you're paying very close attention. But the third silent sign is the loudest of them all, even though it makes no sound at all, and that is a change in appetite. Food is one of the most primal drives in any animal. A cat that suddenly refuses to eat is a cat in crisis. But again, this is not always obvious. It might not be a complete refusal. Maybe your cat still eats, but only when you hand feed them. Maybe they walk to the bowl, sniff it, and walk away. Maybe they only eat half of what they used to, and you assume they're just being picky. I did that with Mochi. She would take a few bites and then just sit there, staring at the bowl. I bought different brands. I tried wet food, dry food, toppers. I thought she was just a diva. I didn't realize she had lost her appetite because she was depressed from underlying pain. On the other end of the spectrum, some depressed cats overeat as a coping mechanism, just like humans do. If your cat is suddenly raiding the food bowl, screaming for meals constantly, and gaining weight rapidly, that can also be a cry for emotional help. Any sudden change in eating habits, up or down, lasting more than a few days, should set off alarm bells in your head. Now here is where I need to give you the twist that most videos leave out. Because I've been saying the word depressed, and you might be thinking your cat is just sad emotionally, like a teenager going through a breakup. But in cats, what looks like depression is very often a physical illness in disguise. Cats are experts at hiding pain. A cat with a urinary tract infection, arthritis, dental disease, or even kidney problems will show the exact same behavioral signs as a depressed cat: withdrawal, grooming changes, and appetite loss. So you cannot simply watch this video, nod your head, and say, "My cat is sad, I'll give them extra cuddles." No. If you have recognized even one of these signs in your own cat, you need to take action today. Call your veterinarian. Schedule a checkup. Rule out medical causes first, because treating depression without treating the underlying physical pain is useless. Your cat is not capable of telling you where it hurts. Their only option is to show you through behavior. And now you know how to read that behavior. I want to leave you with this thought. Your cat does not have the luxury of words. They cannot sit you down and say, "Hey, I've been feeling off lately," or "Something hurts," or "I'm scared." Every single thing they feel silently, and they hope with everything in them that you will notice. You are their entire world. You are their protector, their provider, their source of safety. And now that you know these three silent signs, withdrawal, grooming changes, and appetite shifts, you have the power to catch something early. You have the power to be the person your cat believes you are. If this video made you think about your own cat even a little bit, please hit that like button. It helps more people see this information, and honestly, it might save another cat's life. And please, I want to hear from you in the comments. What is one quirky behavior your cat does that makes you smile every single day? I will be reading through your stories, and I promise you, it will make my day too. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video that could change the way you understand your furry family member. Take care of yourself, and go give your cat some extra love right now. They deserve it. And so do you. But before I let you go, I need to share the part of this story that keeps me up at night. The part I didn't tell you at the beginning. Remember Mochi, my gray tabby? After I finally took her to the vet, we discovered she had developed a thyroid condition that had been silently wearing her down for nearly a year. A year of me misreading her signals. A year of me thinking she was just becoming a lazy old cat. The vet told me something that day that I will never forget. She said, "Your cat didn't suddenly get sick. She was showing you the signs slowly, patiently, hoping you would connect the dots." And the guilt crashed over me like a wave. I sat in my car outside that clinic and I cried. Not because Mochi was sick, but because she had been suffering in silence while I went about my life, scrolling on my phone while she lay under the bed alone, too tired to ask for help anymore. But here's the good part. Here's why I'm telling you this. That day changed everything for me. We got Mochi on medication. We adjusted her diet. We created a calm, predictable routine that made her feel safe again. And slowly, week by week, my cat came back to me. One evening, about 2 months later, I walked through the front door after a long day, exhausted, not expecting anything. And there she was, Sitting on the arm of the couch, eyes bright, tail flicking gently, she let out one small meow, the same meow she used to give me every single day before she got sick. And I just stood there frozen in the doorway because I realized in that moment she had been waiting to greet me again for a very long time. She just needed me to help her get there. I walked over, I scooped her up, and I sobbed into her fur while she purred like a tiny motorboat. That sound, that vibration of pure contentment, was her way of saying thank you, and it was my way of promising her I would never ignore the signs again. Not every story ends like mine did. And that is exactly why I needed you to watch this video all the way to the end. Because somewhere out there right now, there is a cat lying under a bed, or staring at a full food bowl, or licking the same patch of fur until it bleeds, and their owner has no idea. Maybe that owner is you, but now you are not that person anymore. Now you are someone who knows. And knowing is the difference between a cat who suffers in silence and a cat who gets a second chance. So let me leave you with a few simple, practical things you can do starting tonight. Number 1, spend 5 undistracted minutes with your cat. No phone, no TV, just you and them. Watch how they move, how they breathe, how they respond to your touch. You will be amazed at what you notice when you actually pay attention. Number 2, make one small change in their environment. A new, cozy hiding spot. A window perch with a view. A calming pheromone diffuser. Sometimes tiny shifts in their surroundings can lift a heavy emotional weight off their tiny shoulders. Number 3, and this is the most important one, trust your gut. You know your cat better than anyone on this planet. If something feels off, even if you cannot explain it, even if everyone tells you you're overreacting, do not ignore that feeling. Call the vet. Ask the questions. Be the annoying pet parent if you have to. Because your cat cannot make that call. They are counting on you to be their voice. I want to end this video by saying something directly to you. Yes, you. Watching right now, probably holding your phone while your cat is curled up somewhere nearby, or maybe even sitting on your lap as you listen to my voice. The fact that you watch this all the way through tells me something about you. You care deeply. You want to be the best pet parent you can possibly be. And that alone puts you ahead of so many people who would never even click on a title like this. Your cat is lucky to have you. Don't ever forget that. Now go be the person your cat already believes you are. Pay attention to the silent signs. Catch them early. And give your furry friend the long, happy, healthy life they deserve. If this video helped you, please hit that subscribe button right now. It costs you nothing, but it tells YouTube to show this message to more cat owners who need to hear it. Share this video with one friend who owns a cat. You might be the reason they catch something early. And before you leave, drop a comment below telling me your cat's name and one thing you love most about them. I read every single comment, and honestly, hearing your stories is the best part of my day. Let's create a community of cat owners who truly see their pets. Thank you for being here. Give your cat a chin scratch from me. I'll see you in the next video.